Hello, welcome to Jason the Old Millennial. My name is Jason, speaking here in my parents' basement in the great state of Kansas, and coming with another review in my Alien Predator series, reviewing all the Alien Predator movies. I am now to the movie Predators. This is Predator with a plural, an S at the end, because there's multiple Predators, I guess, in this movie. Uh, yeah, so the last one we had before this we haven't had a lot of Predator movies at this point. It's been mostly Alien movies, with the four like original Alien movies, and then we had the two with Ridley Scott coming back. It's mostly Alien movies. We had the two Alien vs Predator movies. So I guess Alien vs Predator Requiem was the last time we saw a Predator in a movie. Now we're going back to dealing away with the aliens. We're just the Xenomorphs. We're just gonna have the Predator aliens be the main villains here. And I do remember this coming out back in 2010. So it's been 15 years since it came out, which is crazy. It's been that long. So I do remember it coming out in the trailer and everything. And again, I wasn't really interested in Predator movies, so I didn't go see it. Which now I wish I did because it's not. Again, I guess I kept away from the because Predator was like kind of associated with the horror genre and somewhat, but it's not really a horror movie series that much. Really, it's more of an action series more than anything. Um, Maybe the first one has a little bit of horror element to it. I don't know, but not like the Alien movies as much. Um, but yeah, this was interesting when it came out and the trailer came out, and you're like, "What is this?" And then you realize it's a Predator movie, and like, "Oh, another Predator movie." I didn't realize Predator series was going to be that big of a franchise that I thought they were done with the Predator series personally. They only made like two Predator movies, and then the Alien vs Predator movies, only two of those. So we haven't really seen a lot of these Predators. So I like that we have a new director here coming up with a new premise, new idea to kind of, I don't know, put a shot in the arm of this Predator series that kind of died out maybe. Um, so the new director, Nimrod Antel or something like that is his name, from Hungary. I looked him up, didn't really recognize anything else he's done at this point. So it's kind of not your big time normal director here taking the taking it, but um, I think this is actually a really great premise for a Predator movie. I think that's one of the biggest positives I have from watching this is I love this idea because usually it's the predators, coming to, of course, Earth, coming to our place. We have out in the jungle, we've had them in the city, we have them in suburbia, we have them at a undisclosed location. Now this time we have humans getting onto the world of predators. I don't know if it's a predator's world, but it's a planet that the predators hunt humans and other beings, probably. Excuse me, sorry. Uh, and so I love the idea that also the premise is that we bring different a variety of different humans of different backgrounds. We have a lot of people with maybe military backgrounds, but we have American military, we have like Russian military, we have Mexican cartel, we have played by Danny Trejo. We have Walter Goggins here, who's an inmate, who's a murderer on death row. Um, and we have someone from Mahershala Ali's here from Africa, like an African warlord. We have a guy that's a Japanese yakuza gang, killer. And so we got all these people with different backgrounds. They're all deadly, and that's the whole idea is that we're gonna bring all these humans to this predator planet, and they all have skills of killing. And so there'd be somewhat of a challenge, I guess, to the predators that will come on air and will hunt them, and all that is what they like to do. So yeah, really great premise. I absolutely loved it, and from the very beginning, you did. I loved how, and your main character is Adrian Brody, which is great. I kind of love having Adrian Brody here, which was at first, I remember in 2010 he's coming off winning an Oscar already at that point. I think he went back in 2002 or so for drama, and so now we're here a little bit later. He's I don't know if he's an A-list actor, but he's an Oscar-winning actor who definitely can carry some clout because of that. But you don't expect Adrian Brody to be the action star. He never really was that kind of an actor. and put him here at the lead. He's kind of the leader of this ragtag group of humans trying to survive this predator island, and he's like a mercenary, former maybe military guy, anyways. And yeah, it was a little unusual putting him in there. He's not an action star or anything, but I thought he was really good in this lead role. And a lot of that is because he's such a good actor, and we haven't seen like really good actors in lead roles of these kind of movies. Um, I think he's somewhat of the opposite of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I kind of like that. Arnold Schwarzenegger, really fit in the first movie as this kind of military-esque special forces guy because he has that great look. I mean, he's a bodybuilder. He looks good, in action. He's not necessarily a good actor, but he's good in those kind of roles, and he's really fun to watch. And like the Predator, I think he's got those great lines. Get to the chopper. You are one ugly, mother. Those lines are so good under Arnold Schwarzenegger. Here we got the opposite. We got Adrian Brody. He's not a bodybuilder. He's kind of a skinny guy, somewhat normally. He doesn't look like an action guy, but he's very good militarily. He's very smart tactically. It seems like they really have this character really knows how to do, tactics, war tactics or battle tactics. So he's always coming up with a plan on how to go after these predators, even though they're outmatched by a lot. And so I like that. He's very smart. He seems like he's a good leader. He knows how to plan these kind of things. And he's such a good actor. He really comes off actually really good in this role. So I like he seems kind of almost somewhat opposite of, I don't know if it's exactly opposite, but somewhat opposite of an Arnold Schwarzenegger type character. I got to see. Oh, good. I got Sin here. Sin, who's Arnold Schwarzenegger expert here. I could not buy Adrian Brody in that role, unfortunately. Yeah, see, that's interesting because, like I said, he doesn't seem like the kind that would fit that role of the action, star leader. And so I thought that was an interesting idea, interesting casting there. And I think he's really good as an actor. So I don't know. I liked him there. I liked him in the role, I guess, personally. Like I said, he's not Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's not going to be as fun as that character in the first. Let's see. An Arnold expert. Yeah, you're the Arnold expert. You watch all things Arnold. I'm a big fan of his. But yeah, so I kind of like that. That's different type of leader here with Adrian Brody. And then you have the female sniper. They kind of form a friendship, kind of help each other out there. Really cool cast though. I mean, Walter Goggins is here. Danny Trejo, Mahershala Ali. Also, Lawrence Fishburne shows up as well on the planet. Another really great actor. So great cast. I love the variety of different characters for different backgrounds that are fighting these predator aliens, and I just love the beginning as a mystery because they don't know why they're there, and they don't know how they got there, and I think that's actually very interesting premise. Like I said, that they think they're in the jungle of like South America, and in fact they're coming together and they're like first they almost want to fight each other because they think they're because they all have weapons and they all think you're the one that did this to me. And then I like how they're kind of figuring out like, wait a minute, we all came here by mysterious ways, we were kidnapped or something like that, and this is some kind of game and we don't know who we are, and so let's work together. So I kind of like we have these different characters working together, and again I love multiple characters because you obviously need to kill some of them off, so you need a lot of characters because you got to kill them off one by one or whatever to get to the main ones, which is Adrian Brody and this other girl, kind of the two main characters aren't going to probably die in the movie, but you have a lot of characters that are going to have some good deaths, so that's what you need in these kind of movies. So I do love that when there's the scene where they come across, they look at this, they're like, I guess they get up high because Adrian Brody says we need to get up high to look out the land, see what we got going, try to figure out where we are, where to go. And so they kind of get up on a high kind of area to look out. And then the great scene where they get on the high area and they look out and you see like, oh, we're not on Earth because there's like these three like moons or something and the sky just doesn't look like a sky on Earth. And that's when they realized, oh, we're on an alien planet. So I thought that was a cool reveal, how they got there, and then not knowing who the predators are, and then getting attacked by the predators at first and being like, what the heck is this? This isn't a human. And having had to decide, like, how do we survive these predators who are much stronger than us and have better technology. And we get some, of course, that die along the way in all this. uh, Again, I do love the more action oriented movies like this Predator. A lot of the Predator movies have more action in it than like the Alien movies are more supposed to be more horror. So I do enjoy this movie more than a lot of the other Alien movies that I've discussed before. I thought overall it was a good paced movie. It had good action scenes, interesting premise, story. I think overall. Oh, I forgot to say Topher Grace is also in this movie, and he does provide some comic relief, which is like the only reason why you'd have. That's another strange one. When Topher Grace in it, you're like, what's Topher Grace doing here? He seems kind of out of doesn't fit in necessarily, but obviously he's good, and he's in the movie for a pretty long time, and I think that's because he's kind of the comic relief. You need that comic relief character kind of in there, so he kind of provides that, and then he has a twist that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. The twist that happens with that character, but I knew something was going to happen because it didn't make much sense for that character to be there. He's just a doctor, I think, or whatever, and all that. Yeah, and I think the last climatic scene, action scene with the Predator, uh, how they kind of fight it, and yeah, I thought overall the story was fun, action was good. I enjoyed myself with this one, so yeah, I actually really enjoyed this, and it's one of my favorite in the series so far. I don't know how most people take it. I don't know if it's considered all that great in the series. It feels like it was somewhat came and went and somewhat forgotten movie in the series. Um, but I can't imagine people hating this too much. Like I said, it's just a nice, fun action movie in my opinion. And the Predators look great. I thought the makeup work, of course, always looks great, and the special effects did well enough here. Yeah, so I'm giving this a 3.5 stars out of 5, which means it's a solid recommend movie that I can recommend anybody if you're not a fan of the series. I think this is one of the better ones to try to watch, in my opinion, of the series anyway. So yeah, so very strong review for me, for Predators, the 2010 movie. Um, I think Sin's got one more comment here. Let's see, yeah, I forgot about the other folks were in it. You only remember Birdie? Yeah, he was kind of the main character, but there's a lot of good actors there in this cast, and they're fun working off each other and all of that. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on Predators. Very good movie, I think, in the series. And so please, yeah, feel free to comment. What do you think about the movie? Was it one of the better movies in the series, or was it one of your least favorite? Anyways, love to read anybody's comments on this. And thanks so much for watching this. Thank you for Sin uh, for commenting. I appreciate that. And anybody watching afterwards, I appreciate that. Any likes you give, I appreciate. And of course, a lot of thanks to all my subscribers. And besides that, have a happy Halloween, and I'll talk to you later.